Hey guys, this week's episode is being brought to you by Squarespace, where you can turn your great idea into a reality. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch passion projects and ideas online, where you can showcase your work, sell products, and do all kinds of fun stuff. They've got loads and loads of different templates to choose from, so you can have a nice, stylish website. And if you get stuck, they've got a 24/7 award-winning customer support line to help you. So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the code READ to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. Also, this episode is being brought to you by We Testify, which is an organization dedicated to the leadership and representation of people who have abortions. If you are tired of rappers who keep running their damn mouths about abortion, guess what? We are too. People who have abortions are done with the lies, so the We Testify abortion storytellers say it's time to speak out against hotepery and tomfoolery and racist abortion bans making access harder. Everyone loves someone who has had an abortion. Share your abortion story at wetestify.org.
Sometimes food is more than just food. It's part of our community, and that's where Discover comes in. This year, they are giving $5 million to support Black-owned restaurants. That money is going to places like Rodney Scott's Barbecue, Post Office Pies, and hundreds more. So learn how you can show your support over at discover.com. All right, let's start the show.
Well, all right, y'all. Welcome back to this cluster fuck. I'm actor, choreographer, all-around bad bitch, and star of P-Valley on Stars, Brandy Evans.
And I am Lupita Nyong'o. This is The Read.
Yes, it is. Back again, finally, I suppose. I don't know where the hell y'all bitches were, but we're here. As usual, you know, on time and things of that nature. Yeah, so I will just quickly say that we took some time off for reasons that have been disclosed. I personally was in a place emotionally that was life or death and needed to let my brain cool. So thanks to those of you who understood, and said kind things. Appreciate it. And I'm ready to get back into this bullshit.
Yes, me too, friend. Let's go.
All right. So first up, Black Excellence this week is going to one Marsai Martin. And I'll tell you why.
Fave.
Marsai Martin just got a new talk show on Quibi. The working title is Tiny Talk Show, because I don't know if you know much about Quibi, but it's this new streaming service available on mobile. And I actually personally really enjoy Quibi. I've had it since like they launched, just out of curiosity, but like their content is in short bursts, like anywhere between like 5 minutes, sometimes 10-minute videos. And you've got like real full-fledged big budget, like scripted shows, unscripted shows, and it also just works for a bitch like me who's kind of ADD and, you know, just wants to get in and out of the content.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Tiny Talk Show is going to be the world's smallest functional talk show. It's going to have a set that is 1/6 scale of a traditional talk show set. And Deadline says it will be intimate, revealing, and devoted to subjects with a lot to say. Marsai will ask her guests some big questions and steer us through this new world as we discover sometimes the littlest voices are the loudest. Of course, Marsai is big dog and executive producer of things because, you know, she has a production company. Correct. Because she's the dog.
That's right.
All 15 years of her. And I'm really excited about this. I think this is really like perfect for the type of talent that she possesses.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what a 15-year-old of today does with that type of platform.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm all for this girl shining in all of the ways that she's been shining since she just got here. You know?
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, Marsai Martin has been nothing less than impressive since the very first moment we all saw her on Black. It's like she's just
absolutely.
Absolutely incredible. So shout out to the parents over there and to young Marseille herself, because I know she is going to do great things with this. Congrats.
Absolutely. And also, I just want to take this Black Excellence to say shout out to Shea Coulee for winning All Stars 5. Bitch, I wept. Let me tell you something. I needed that so fucking bad, my nigga. Because the top 3 was Jujubee, Shea Coulee, and Miss Cracker. And I was like, no shade, I like Miss Cracker. I will not be mad if Jujubee gets it just because, you know, she was season 2, I think, originally. Came back for another All Stars, and she was fantastic this entire season of All Stars 2. But I needed that crown to go to my bitch, my literal favorite Drag Race star. And I'm just glad that that's exactly what happened. And it got me, you know, the reason that it actually got me emotional, because it reminded me that, like, sometimes you will spend your whole life trying to get to the 50th floor and thinking like, that's where it's supposed to be. That's my stuff. The girls are on the 50th, and you get there and the door's locked and you feel like it was all for nothing and you were wrong. And God is like, no, girl, you were supposed to be getting off at the 100th floor. Like, keep going. This isn't the one for you. This is cute. And I understand why you think it's cute, but like, this isn't your stop, girl. You had to keep going. Because when that bitch didn't get her original crown, you were meant to get the All-Stars crown. No, you were meant to come back with the best of the best and beat them bitches. Beat them hoes. And get that crown. Like, that's what God had for you. And I just love it.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to look at it.
Also, Flo Millie's mixtape is my favorite new thing. Oh. Shout out to Mobile, Alabama. I absolutely love Flo Millie. She doesn't miss. When it comes to hits, she just makes them all. Alrighty. Well, let's do some hot tops.
Yes, let's do that.
This is our pop culture segment called Hot Tops. Wet Dreams May Come. We're going to go through a couple of things that we may have not spoken with you folks about yet.
I mean, it's been 2 years of content in 2 weeks, so
yeah, absolutely
there's
true.
A lot there.
So first and foremost, Onika Mirage is pregnant. That's right, girls. The head Barbie in charge posted a slew of maternity photographs on her Instagram page a couple weeks back. 2 of them where she's giving you fully what I would have expected if someone said, imagine Nicki Minaj pregnancy pics. Yes. Like bright yellow starburst wig, colorful eye makeup, a light pink lip, and then this like bejeweled, becrusted bikini moment with her P-Valley shoes on. And
it was Willy Wonka meets the strip club.
She legitimately looks like a gummy bear. She looks like magic and mystery are part of her history, and she's filled with the secret of gummy berry juice. Like, what the hell? She just looks like a Haribo gummy bear or Haribo, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. She does look really cute pregnant.
Oh, super cute
adorable.
Pregnant.
Them titties are everywhere.
And this is actually also like a bit toned down, even for Nicki. It does get just a bikini. Put some sparkly shit on a bikini. That's it. I don't even want to look at y'all hoes. There was also a picture posted that was shot by David LaChapelle, which is much grander and has some sort of creative vision to it.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like she's like a magical queen of an enchanted barb forest that's walking through a portal and says, hey girls, the next upcoming is nigh.
And I'm sure the barbs took it that way. It was a gorgeous picture. It was really pretty. Really was. Yeah.
I'm sure Kenneth took the other pictures, but either way, I'm happy for her. She looks really happy. I can't wait to see her face get all spread out, because I love when women are just about to pop and their nose and face gets a little swollen. Yeah. I just think it is the prettiest thing. I don't know why I think it's so cute, but I'd love that.
Yeah.
I also kind of hope that she has a boy just so that she can say, all these bitches is my sons. Elijah, or like whatever. Oh, Nicholas or Tyreek or whatever the fuck you gonna name the baby.
Oh, no, it has to be on Nicholas. Please, Nikki, please.
I could see her naming the baby Nicholas.
I could too.
At least.
No, stick that O on it with an apostrophe. We need it.
I'm into that. Her baby father, husband, possibly manager?
No, why? That man is not qualified to manage her.
This probably is just a court thing. But apparently he was trying to get like permission from a judge to travel with her and actually be present for the baby's birth. I don't know if like, you know, they live in Los Angeles. Maybe Nikki's planning to go to a hospital somewhere else for the birth, or a midwife or somewhere. I don't know.
Is he on house arrest?
I don't know, actually.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he's
just
on house arrest and can't go nowhere.
I heard he just got permission to use the fucking internet, so I wouldn't be surprised. I think he is on house arrest.
Damn.
But yeah, just because of his sex offender status and history, to the first degree rape charge he caught in 95.
Yeah.
That, and apparently being pre-trial for this failure to register as a sex offender when he moved to LA with Nikki. So he's still, I guess, waiting for the trial for that. So because of whatever legalese mixed in there, he actually had to get permission from the judge to travel with her as her manager. I don't know. Like, I feel like I hope maybe that as her manager part is just something, again, that's like, why else would you need to travel with? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe he is like, oh, I'm traveling with her where she needs to go places because I'm her manager. Because otherwise,
I mean,
a judge might be like, bitch, stay home.
Like, that's my wife and she's pregnant. You would think that would be enough, at least for the birth. I don't know about traveling like out of state. I don't know if she's doing all that. But I mean, things are complicated when you date somebody who, or marry somebody who has all that sort of criminal background. So
yeah. But apparently he just got permission from the judge.
Oh, he did.
To go ahead. And
that's nice.
Yeah. Because I honestly thought it would have been fucked up if they would have been like, nah, you can't go
right. You can't go see your own child be born.
Right.
Yeah, that would be fucked up.
He's apparently allowed to be right there in the delivery room, which is super, like, I guess it's supposed to be admirable of you men to be right there. No,
it's the least you can do.
I am so glad that I don't have to do or worry about any of this, because I would not want to be anywhere inside of that room when that is happening to you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I've been there when two friends gave birth, and it is every bit
in the room as it was happening.
Yes. I've been in the room with two, and then one of them, I saw it on video. Her husband filmed the whole thing. And it is just as bloody and traumatic as you think it is. It's a lot going on.
I'm not interested. I do not.
I'm telling you, it's a lot going on.
Never forget high school when they put that fucking that childbirth video. Was it sex ed or health? One of them fucking I don't remember why we watched that godforsaken fucking video. They made us watch it, and I remember thinking, this has to be illegal. It should be illegal. Like, I feel like we shouldn't have to watch this, you know?
They wanted you niggas to know.
But you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The least that you could do after I carry this whole motherfucker around and be eating fucking pickles and batteries for 9 months or whatever weird shit.
Right.
The least you could do is stand here and watch my pussy never be the same, or watch them slice my stomach open, or yank it out of my throat, or however the fuck you
please.
Like, the least you could do is stand here and fucking watch it.
Yeah. Bare minimum you could do. Just tell me woo woo woo. Give me some ice chips. Shut up.
Well, happy pregnancy and happy healthy labor.
Yes, always.
Onika.
Always.
I can't wait for all of the absolute ignorant ass queen's ways that we are going to be introduced to this baby.
You know it.
Like, you know, they gave Offset and Cardi drama a couple weeks ago for giving Culture a Birkin bag for her 3rd birthday or something like that.
I saw that.
You know, Onika's gonna have this baby draped in every label and stuff. So if y'all are mad at that, just get ready to be mad at this too. And I remember thinking, like, what the fuck is wrong with buying a 3-year-old a Birkin if you can afford it? Like, who can that babe? Like, people are, I guess, thinking, what the fuck does a baby need with a handbag at all or whatever? It's like, Nothing, but I can buy it for her. And she probably already associates pocketbooks with things like snacks, the iPad, right? Milkies, all kinds of stuff. So I just didn't see why that's such a big deal. But yes, I can't wait to see her like put diamonds on this baby's like nasal bridge or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, this child is going to be introduced to the world in a Birkin. Like the first photo shoot will be inside of a Birkin bag. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Or she just like rent an elephant and do like some big grand, you know, just like some massive celebration that she brought this life into the world, which, you know, I can't blame nobody for celebrating their baby. Absolutely so yeah, do what you need to do. Good luck with that pregnancy, girl, because it ain't. And no if I was like
Soup's wealthy, I would do the same dumbass foolish. Like I would be going overboard and above and beyond.
If I had the money to blow like that, why not? You can't take it with you when you die.
For your first baby?
Oh yeah, I'm doing the most. Y'all better get ready.
Because like even my parents they had no problem admitting, like once it got down to 3, we were like, bitch, take this and sit down. Like
that is like, what it is. Yeah.
After a while, it was like, okay, girl, I've celebrated all of the kid having things and enjoying that. Now you just here. And I guess I have to take care of you.
Get in line with the rest of them.
Right. What else has been going on? Tamar Braxton released a statement the other day after she was found unconscious and unresponsive by her boyfriend, now fiance. What's his name? David.
Okay.
Yes. She was found unconscious in their hotel room, rushed to the hospital. She reportedly was maybe considering suicide or something like that. She got like rallied by her family, Tony and what's the mama name again?
Evelyn.
And Evelyn and the rest of the gang were all pictured up with her and stuff. So it seems like she's doing better, at least health-wise, physically and stuff right now. And also seems to be doing better emotionally. She posted a picture with her son, Logan, aka Lil Vince, because boy, this boy looked like his daddy.
Spitting
so bad.
Image.
And yeah, she posted it with a lengthy statement about, you know, everything that went on. And it was actually really, really well written and emotional. And she also kind of vaguely went over, you know, the facts that she's having issues with WeTV, the home of the Braxton Family Values show, and also I think her show is supposed to be called Get Your Life. Of course it is. Tamar's like own spin-off show.
Yeah.
But Tamar has been upset with the dolls. She, you know, said over the past 11 years, there were promises made to protect and portray my story with the authenticity and honesty I gave. I was betrayed, taken advantage of, overworked, and underpaid. I wrote a letter over 2 months ago asking to be freed from what I believed was excessive and unfair. I explained in personal detail the demise I was experiencing. My cry for help went totally ignored, and loads more. So she's not been happy with WeTV's portrayal of her. Honestly, I felt like you should have been fed up a while ago. Like WeTV has been exploiting that family for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
So it seems like she's better now. There was a story that came out that said WeTV severed ties with her, to which she responded on Twitter, lies! No one has talked to her. Which made me kind of think that maybe she had help with writing the Instagram caption, because it was like so beautiful and moving to me anyway. And then this part said, lies. No one has talked to a lawyer or to me, sent a flower or a card, texted me, or a nan.
Wow.
Nan in all caps.
Oh, that's so black.
I said, okay, mask off. She don't give a fuck anymore because she's like, they're trying it.
But that's really fucking trifling. This woman has made how much money for your network and you niggas couldn't even send a flower? God damn.
Like nothing. You can send no flower, not an edible arrangement over to the hospital card, nothing. Like, that's raggedy. And they're talking about you're separating ties with her or whatever the fuck. But the show that she shot, that she clearly doesn't want y'all to have or air, is still being planned to air on the network.
Yeah, and they played an extended trailer. Did you see it?
No.
I was watching Love After Lockup because, of course, I was.
Yes.
And they promoted this new show with Tamar. Listen, Love After Lockup is not a thing I should watch, but I adore it. And I can't apologize. But
I feel like everyone who loves that show probably says the same.
They showed like an extended, like a first look type of thing with this Tamar show. And it was basically just her meeting with Mona. And it kind of felt to me like Mona covering her ass in a way. Yeah. I think it was Mona Scott in this in that extended trailer. But I just felt really sad for her. Like you really don't want this to come out. You feel like you've been exploited by this network. And yet here they are probably capitalizing like deliberately on the fact that you've had this mental health breakdown and airing the shit anyway, and like teasing the rest of us who just came here to watch niggas who met on fucking WhatsApp try to get married 3 weeks after they get out of jail. Like, we came here for that, and then here you come trying to make money off of Tamar's situation. I just thought it was disgusting. Yeah, it's just really fucking awful, and I hope they reconsider, but they probably won't.
Yeah, they probably won't. It wouldn't be shocking to me if they won't. That's the machine, child. Yeah, and a lot of these fucking white people in these executive seats and stuff are just, you know, cycling through the same shit that was taught to them or whatever. And like, of course, you'll be given invitation into the room for a lot of these places because white people have no problem at least acknowledging within themselves and their own groups that we have value when it comes to damn near every motherfucking thing. But oh girl, ownership, integrity, like respect. Oh
yeah, no, you're not getting none of that.
We promise none of those things. We're supposed to pay you now. We do that. I don't know what else you want. A card. Well wishes. Now you've gone too far, Tamar.
And I'm sure they underpay her at that. And for the number of years that Tamar has been doing content for this network, it's just... I pray that after this show is done, that she is released from her contract or she doesn't have to do anything else with them and she can really move forward in peace.
And also, she has a show on VH1 right now.
Oh, yeah, the beautician one.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any fuckery going on with them being tied to her for having a thing on a whole different network or something. I wouldn't put it past anybody, but that's just me speculating.
Probably not, because one is like a reality show and the other one is like a judge show, right? It's like a hair rescue thing, or...
Yeah, it's
something to do with
about hair. Like, you go to a beautician, I guess. I've never watched it.
Yeah,
I
me
literally have only been told that it's like people who go to the show and say that they had a bad situation at a beauty shop or something like that, and then they go and make them do the hair over. Like, I think Gordon Ramsay had like a restaurant show like this. So there's like a bunch.
Oh
of
yeah,
shows
where he like goes in and saves a bar or restaurant that's about to flop.
Yeah, something like that, I think. Nene also is allegedly about to sue Bravo for racism because she said she's tired of the narrative that they're putting down on the doll. She said that they offered her $100,000 for a development deal for her own show, but they offered her $1 million to do a different show with Kim. And I was like, bitch, yes.
Oh, gross.
I was like, how the fuck did you, like, you got $1 million for Nene for whatever that spinoff would have been, but you only offered her 100,000 as long as Nene is synonymous with Bravo.
Right.
I don't even like her. And I just don't even think that that's disrespectful
it is.
to me.
It's really saying we do not want you to have no damn development deal. We really want you to come get on this fucking camera and yell at Kim Zolciak for being a dumbass racist bitch.
We just want you to do all of the Nene-isms that keep our pockets fat. And we also want you to accept these peanuts. Mm-hmm. And the girls will do that shit. They will do it. Like, much like Tamar and the rest of them women have made their network tons of money, I'm sure. Because besides you just saying love after lockup, I honestly don't know what the fuck else comes on WeTV.
That's about it.
I know that Nene has done the same for Bravo. So it's just kind of like, where do you even get off with some of these deals? But I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Another thing we did not discuss was this whole Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez situation. Oh my God.
Christ Jesus. This was so crazy.
So a couple of weeks ago, apparently, Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez were at a pool party at Kylie Jenner's house.
Nope.
Exhibit A. And B and C, honestly, if you're asking me, myself personally. Mm-hmm. For reasons that we are not entirely sure of yet, Megan suffered multiple gunshot wounds in her legs/feet. Tory Lanez, who had her as a guest in his vehicle, allegedly, was arrested for possession of like a concealed weapon or something to that degree. Mm-hmm. Since then, there have been clips and gossip and memes and all kinds of bullshit, but it seems likely that Tory Lanez, in fact, shot Megan Thee Stallion with intent to harm her.
Oh my God.
For God only knows what reason so far. I don't know what is really going on at the bottom of this story, but what I do know is that the girls and I would like deported back to Niagara Falls or wherever the fuck from the great white north that she's from.
Brampton.
We don't want her. And that's pretty much that. I don't know when this is going to move to the next stage that, so that we can have a bit better of an understanding of what has gone on. But as I said, all signs are pointing to Daystar Peterson.
Oh, is that his name?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And the girls want to know why after they finish whipping his ass. Many of you have been just vile, absolutely disgusting.
The worst.
In your discussions about this particular story. I'm confused about it. I'm confused by it. I don't understand how so many of y'all in one breath can be allegedly all for freedom and progression and preservation and things like that for Black people, the Black community and things like that. And then literally make the bullshit bitch made ass excuses and comments that y'all have made in regards to Megan being shot by whoever the fuck shot her for whatever the fuck ass reason. And it just, I'm blown away by the amount of people who had no issue joking about this.
Yeah.
Like, did she need to die? Should she have died for y'all to have
taken this seriously
and been even a tiny bit respectful? I don't get it.
Yeah, no, me either. I think 50 Cent said something. I don't know what he said because I make it a point to actively avoid everything that man does.
Same.
But I saw a clip of Drea making a joke about it, saying that she wants the kind of nigga who will shoot her in the feet. And she's like,
is that what she said, my nigga?
Yes.
Listen.
She was like, I want that Bobby and Whitney kind of love. I'm like, nigga, first of all, what? First of all, Bobby and Whitney did not have an ideal relationship. And if you think that was like something to aspire to, then you dumber than I thought you was. And secondly, bitch, to say that you want a nigga who is so crazy about you that he will shoot you is just the dumbest fucking thing. Like, girl, do you know that domestic violence is a real problem that really affects a lot of fucking people? Like, a lot of black women die every goddamn day because of it. It's nothing. I just don't even know how Drea thought that shit was funny. I don't know what the fuck was going through her mind.
I saw that she said something about it that was getting her into hot water. Yeah. And you could have called me the one, like Neo, because I was dodging that shit like it was meaningless. I don't care about anything that Drea ever has to say, and I likely will never care about anything that girl has to say. If she got dragged for it, good.
Oh, she did.
Everybody should be. But I would love for y'all to have that same energy when Power, Book 2, Thessalonians, Ghost, whatever the fuck that shit is that's about to come out by 50 Cent. I'd love y'all to have the same energy when that shit comes out. But you're not gonna, because you want to get the next chapter of whatever the fuck from your favorite ghetto story, and you're gonna act like 50 Cent has not been disrespectful and destructive to black women and just black people altogether for a long ass time because y'all think the shit is funny. So you might as well just shut up and save it, at least for me right now, because it's no problem for them jokes and that shade and all that shit to fly when it's Megan or even Drea, but your favorite influential nigga, not so much.
No, I cannot abide 50 Cent. I have long stopped supporting anything that meant. I mean, it's been probably a decade. So I really don't understand why we insist on having different standards for men than women, and why we just allow our men to do these terrible fucking things unchecked. I will never fucking understand why it has to be that way.
Me neither. I have many theories that we don't even need to expand on because, it's a show that needs to end at some point. But, as I've said, Tori, hit the road, Jack, and don't you ever come back. No more. Speaking of the girls in Canada, apparently Drake is in some war of words with Mavado.
With who? The Watch People?
What? Mavado?
Wait. What am I missing?
Mavada is a fucking dancehall artist, but that's so fine because I didn't even.
So sorry.
That is not even your fault, like at all. Of course, you thought it was the Watch People. Why wouldn't you? No, Mavado is like a classic fucking dancehall.
I see him. Yep, there he is.
And I read some shit that Drake possibly threw some shade on a song that he did a little while ago, and then Mavado came back with some sort of a diss record, and I'm just thinking to myself, how the fuck has Aubrey managed to get himself into beef with a real Jamaican musician? Like, I don't like when it was Pusha T or whatever other American rapper, even like, fine. How has this happened? And you allegedly swung first? You let the shots ring off first?
What?
I'm telling you, ever since Drake got that fucking Word Up magazine cover tattooed on his back,
please,
that 2001 Ride On magazine cover, he has been brazen and audacious.
Okay, sir.
I'm not a fan.
I mean, I don't even know what they arguing about. Probably somebody taking something musically, or I don't even know what kind of drama these niggas could possibly be getting into, but
I heard that they had like some sort of a business deal or something that might have fallen through. I don't understand.
Something honestly, like that.
And most of Drake's verses these days, I still like them just because I enjoy how he flows over most of the beats that he chooses and stuff. And he's talented. But a lot of the songs I hear from him now, I don't even know what the fuck that nigga be saying. Like, he shouts out all his friends. I literally read like a website, I think maybe it was The Fader, that was like, here is a guide to all the niggas in OVO set or whatever. And so I could understand who these people are. Like, he speaks in all kinds of different codes, and he jumps through like British slang and Swahili to then Jamaican patois and whatever. I just be like, if it sounds good to my ears, then I accept it.
Wow. But okay.
Don't know.
Meanwhile, I did not know Drake had put out anything since Tootsie Slide. I have not heard a Drake song since then.
Yeah, he has like a whole little release of demos.
Where have I been?
Some shit that came out. I mean, but you didn't really miss any. He's actually working on. He's almost allegedly done with whatever his next album is going to be, and hopefully, buying my friend Adonis all of the stew peas and jerk chicken that he could possibly desire. Because I don't care. Adonis is still Jamaican in my eyes.
He has to be.
I mean, clearly.
Right.
Lots of pressure going on over at Ellen's house.
Oh, wait.
Her workhouse. Anyway, yeah.
This is some shit.
So, a couple weeks back, it was reported that Warner Media is doing an investigation into the Ellen DeGeneres show after several staffers, ex-staffers, complained about all kinds of toxic shit going on in their work environment, from racism to bullying and intimidation, sexual harassment, sexual misconduct.
All that shit.
Like all of the girls, every one of them. And this is allegedly going on from a number of top executives at the Ellen DeGeneres show. Some claim that Ms. Ellen knew all about these things and did nothing to stop it. Mm-hmm. Some claim that, she had no idea that it was happening right underneath her nose. Portia de Rossi posted an I Stand By Ellen Instagram.
Of course she did.
Mama said, to all our fans, we see you. Thank you for your support. Hashtag stop bot attacks. Hashtag stand with Ellen DeGeneres. No, I stand with Ellen and I stand with Ellen DeGeneres. I stand by Ellen, and I stand by Ellen DeGeneres are all the hashtags. What? Mama said, I'm monopolizing all the girls. Every one of the standbys, bitch, we got them right here from the horse's mouth.
Oh, Portia, girl. I mean, I've been hearing rumors about Ellen actually being a wretched person for
there have been
a
rumors,
couple years now. I feel like it's been just this very much unkept secret. Like niggas have just been talking about it, and finally it's actually getting somewhere. But I have heard wretched stories about her that staff was not even allowed to speak to her. They were really supposed to avoid being in her presence, but nobody was supposed to talk to her type shit. And it's just oh my God, girl. Fuck is going on over there? Why you pretending to be nice and dancing and shit? What is this? What the fuck are you doing?
This would be me.
No.
The Kid Fury talk show would so give that. She comes in with her shades on at 9 a.m. She doesn't want any of the girls to touch her or talk to her. I've definitely heard that Ellen doesn't have the greatest attitude. And honestly, sometimes after years and years and years and years and years and years of doing a certain thing, maybe you fall out of love with it or whatever, but it doesn't give you the right to treat your employees poorly. And it damn sure doesn't give you the right to have a work environment where people are coming in and having to experience the things that they're saying that they had to or whatever.
Right. If the work environment was perfect, but Ellen was just kind of standoffish and didn't want random people talking to her, that would be one thing.
Right.
But it's all of this and then also working there as hell. So it's oh no, you got to go, girl.
You're not even the only one that sucks. So the person I report to sucks.
Everybody else in these offices sucks as well. So yeah, I heard her ratings have gone straight to hell, and they talking about, just go ahead and pull in the plug now.
Yeah, there's rumor that she may just not want to do the show at all. But of course, I also read that they're planning to come back September 9th and that she's not planning on stopping doing the damn show at all.
Well, all right.
Meanwhile, replace Ellen was a hashtag that trended on Twitter yesterday, I read.
I saw that.
And many people were suggested, from Tabitha Brown to Kelly Clarkson. Some people suggested Ellen Page because she's also an out lesbian. Her name's Ellen. Some people said Keke Palmer, Nina Parker. Loads of names were suggested.
Oh, yes.
Some people even said go with Dakota Johnson because Dakota Johnson called Ellen out for not telling the truth directly to her face on her show.
Oh, right.
Not inviting her to her party that she didn't go to because she was, I think, watching a Cowboys game or something with George W. Bush.
Oh, right. Damn.
But I remember that story coming out, but I forgot about it until I read this part today. So it sounds like at least the pettiest of folks on Twitter are all okay with Ellen getting missing.
Oh, yeah. My favorite recommendation was to have Tiffany Pollard take over because that would actually be quality daytime television that I would be tuning the fuck in for.
The rumor is that James Corden is like on the front line in terms of replacing Ellen's slot. And I'm like, do we have to go with another Blue Eyes White Dragon? Like, is there...
I mean, it makes sense.
Possibility.
Because he's already on she's on NBC, right? She's already...
Yeah, I think they're both on NBC.
It makes sense because he's already on the network or, already has a show. But you're right. Like, do we really need another white person hosting another major talk show in this country? Like...
I get it because it's like the whole thing that I think really propelled Ellen to mega talk show stardom is this idea that of, be kind to one another that she has. She comes out and she dances like Tickle Me Elmo and like people feel like people feel like she's sort of safe. Even as a gay person.
She was the safe lesbian.
For like, TV moms feel like she's, not going to take it overboard or, they can stuff some Lunchables into their kids' knapsacks. I don't know when Ellen comes on. She might be like when Ellen probably comes on I'm pretty sure much later than that.
Right. Much later than you think she does.
Whenever maybe, some Karens are doing the laundry or whatever. I don't know. They feel like they can watch some Ellen and she's like safe. So I get that they would probably want to get another like apple pie, cookie cutter, safe white person to fill that role. But
stay-at-home moms are going to want to watch him and sing along type shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And many of the people who were suggested, I doubt it.
Well, I mean... Yeah, there is that. Like, networks are always going to be worried about ratings and white people tuning in, like, always. So, I get it. I would just personally rather see somebody else, but I wouldn't be shocked if they put James Corden in that spot. Or if they were just like, fuck it, y'all gonna take Ellen and y'all gonna fucking deal with it, because it's a quarantine any damn way. And so, ain't nobody finna be bothered with, like, new set, new host, and new staff. Ain't nobody doing all that. Like...
I fully expect that it's going to be that. I totally think she's going to come through and power through at least another one of these seasons. And then she can walk away like on her terms-ish. And then they can worry about all of that other shit later. But maybe. I doubt that she's just going to be like, oh no, girl, I don't want to do this anymore. Although she literally could. Mama
she's very rich. Very wealthy. But she probably, Ellen, it was not like this when she came out. I know the kids don't know this, but... people were not pleased when Ellen DeGeneres came out on TV back in the 90s.
They were not.
And she lost a lot after that. And so, she has probably had to hustle real hard to get back to a place, the place where she's at now. And so I have empathy for her for that. But girl, this is just too damn much. So...
yeah, like not wanting to do the show anymore, or even like you said, maybe being a little standoffish or snooty when you're at work is one thing, but having a place that is, like a whole job that's named after you and you're sitting at the head of it and everything like that, and people are being subjected to the stuff that staffers are saying they were, like, that's a whole different thing. If I come in and you don't want to talk to me or you're mad because I didn't make your coffee right, that's one thing. But if I'm coming in having to deal with racism or sexual harassment or just plain old, intimidation, because that's another thing that motherfuckers like to do is just bully people and treat people like garbage.
Or just stress you the fuck out.
Right. Yeah. Unreasonably, unnecessarily. So nobody should have to deal with that.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about Black is Sickening. Black is King.
Oh, yes, nigga. Let's do this.
So, finally, Beyonce dropped off her new visual album project experience, Black is King, on Disney Plus. And it was like basically a visualization of the Gift album, which is inspired from the live action Lion King movie that Disney did with Mom. And I'm very pleased. Honestly, I didn't even get myself too hype about it because at this point, I knew that Parkwood was going to drop off something I was going to like.
Yeah.
I expected music, movement, great cinematography, fashion, all of the things I was literally given. And the fun part about it was that I haven't listened to the Gift album. Like, I purposely didn't listen to it for a while after the whole thing was announced and stuff. So I kind of forgot what songs were like on it. Even some of the songs that are my favorites, like when Brown Skin Girl started up, I was like, oh shit, we get to see a video for this too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's probably my favorite song on it. But yeah, it was fantastic. It was so beautiful. I'm so happy to see Blue Ivy step from, behind the camera, and not just serving as creative director, cinematographer, choreographer, and many of the other things that she does, stylist. And also be fully present in many of these looks and moments. The one song that I was looking forward to seeing the most, or like the first thing I thought of, I want to see a visual for this, was My Power. And it was because every time I hear that song, I think this is what the Dora Milaje probably like pregame
Absolutely.
to. Like when they're off work in Wakanda and Shuri has told them, like, girl, it's time to go to the club. I fully hear them playing this song before they get ready to go party. And the visuals for that didn't let me down. Blue being front and center with her hat on and
so
giving
good.
you movement and confidence.
That bloodline, nigga. I fell out. I said, this little girl, she is everything that we said she is.
She is. She has like I'm telling you.
Yeah, she has been aware as the supreme. Yes, she knows.
This whole time, she thinks it's cute that you're catching up. She thinks it's adorable of you to finally recognize and stand in the facts.
Yeah.
Man, the whole thing was so beautiful. Like, I really love what Parkwood does with cinematography, and I just love that it's a Black woman who's sitting at the head of this table, so we can get all of that creativity in this blackety black ass realm. And I loved all of I really liked the sort of like astrological celestial tone that it started with. I kind of wanted more of that. I'm sure that my mama and plenty of other super churchy people were like, oh, I don't know about this. I could totally hear my mama being like, oh, I don't know if the stove, my mom left the stove on. I'm gonna go over here now. But yeah, I was like super pleased with it. I thought that it pretty much lived up and past everything that I expected of it. And I love that it was like not just a Beyonce thing. Like, it kind of felt like a platter of all of these amazing African things and cultural references and stuff that she was kind of holding. Because she put a lot of other artists and stylists and writers even like on the front line.
Directors, everything.
Stuff. Yeah. So super pleased with it. It was definitely a shining moment that I needed.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
I did too. I really fucking needed Black is King. I needed it when it came out, and I am eternally grateful for it. I thought it was gorgeous. I too was obsessed with the My Power video. I actually cried at Brown Skin Girl, which I
did too.
Not expecting, but
I did too.
Real tears fell from my face. Honestly, I loved all of them. I was just, it felt like a massive collaboration, because it was, obviously.
Yeah.
But just like the music was, and this was the first Beyonce project where I didn't automatically catch like almost every single reference that was in it.
Yeah.
This was the first time where I was like, ooh, boy, this is a culture I don't know. This is something I'm not familiar with. This over here is something I also don't know. So I've been bookmarking a lot of stuff by African writers and artists kind of explaining what some of the symbolism means, because I want to read up more on that. But, that's
my favorite part about it.
Yeah, this is a story by this. Don't get it twisted. This is a story by a Black American, and emphasizing to the rest of us that we are not what these colonizers have told us that we are. Yeah. And it's very easy for us to forget that when we live in this oppressive ass place. And it's just important for us to continue to look to the stars, find our way back, all that shit. Like it motivated me to actually get my shit together. Like I have been, since the pandemic started and quarantine has been in place, I've really been feeling kind of like life doesn't count, or like it doesn't matter.
Listen, same.
I've just been feeling like this isn't even real life. Like this isn't a real time.
What's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
So Black is King, after I watched it, really made me feel like, you know what? Everything feels fucking crazy right now, but what the colonizers want is for me to feel like nothing matters. Absolutely. And to give up and to just lay here and decay until I die. Like that's exactly what they want. And so what I am going to do is my own act of Black resistance. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to clean my room and take a shower, and I'm going to develop a nighttime and a daytime routine for myself. And I am really going to start to deliberately take care of myself in a real, tangible way every fucking day, because I fucking deserve it. And it's I just cannot thank Beyonce and Parkwood and everybody involved enough for that, because I needed that shit so bad.
Same. It's like, one of my favorite things about it is how much of it is foreign to me. And it's like exciting that I can do the same thing that you mentioned, which is like go and try and learn about this from actual African people and all of those references, and acknowledging and sort of re-accepting that we are a part of something way bigger. It's a huge part of the reason that we have been oppressed for such a long time. Like we're magnificent in many different extraordinary ways. And I think that they were able to capture that in a really artistic way, in a really beautiful way. I mean, everybody looked so good. It literally made me want to go and get like a chocolate bar or something like that to eat. Like everybody was just so beautiful. The dancing to me was... I could literally watch them dance for hours and hours and hours and hours again. I loved the already visual, the choreography in that, in My Power, and everything that they did. I loved. I saw a tweet today that said something like, we about to be stressing out, or good luck to all the hairdressers and braiders of the world, because we about to be stressing them out. With all of
damn sure are, because I want them 20-foot braids, bitch. When they did the zoom out and that hoe was all the way up on that fucking
on this damn ass ladder or whatever, with this,
on like that damn cherry picker again, right? With all the braids in the world. But it was just gorgeous. Yes, Kelly Rowland and Naomi Campbell and Lupita Nyong'o and Blue Ivy and I saw Sir smile. Sir Carter was smiling. Sir Carter. We even got a little clip of Rumi as well. Like,
yes,
it was just affirming. Beautiful. Yeah, it just felt really good. I've watched it 4 times since it came out, because every time I see something new, or I focus on something different, or I see something that I want to learn more about, and I'm just thrilled. Beyonce constantly sets the bar higher with every release. Like I remember a few years ago saying, next time this bitch puts something out, it's going to be in movie theaters. And now it's like, Beyonce
I honestly think
she has transcended like all that shit. Like Disney Plus is massive, girl. It is just so damn big. She has Homecoming on Netflix. She's already given us Lemonade and Self-Titled. So, I'm going to just sit back and see what Beyonce put on the wall next, y'all. Because I'm continuously impressed.
I just feel like I would love for her to continue to do full visual albums.
Yep, I love it. Give me all that shit, bitch, directly into my veins.
I know it's not cheap.
Oh no.
If I could just buy like Parkwood capsules and I could just take 2 in the morning and just be filled with all of the glee that I get from that stuff, maybe that would be enough. But I love what they are able to do with like bringing visuals to a theme and how it's literally like a retelling of the Lion King story again, merged with this whole other bigger meaning and representation behind it. It's just, it was so well done and such a good time. And I've only seen it twice so far. The second time is where I actually started to catch references, like a couple of them. And I was able to see how it sort of seemed together a bit better. Whereas the first time, I think I was just mouth agape and like,
that's
drooling
valid. Yeah.
and just acting like a fool. Yes, I had a really great time with it. I'm curious to know what it's like being a Caucasian beehive member at the moment. I imagine it must be a lot like Amy Poehler in Mean Girls, where she walks in and she's just like, "Hey, girlfriends."
Not like a regular white
411?
girl. Cool white girl.
Jollof, am I right, girls? Yes. Like, these poor white bitches are probably so like,
everybody
shut out and distraught.
All the white people still left in the hive are like, they're the ones who wear their all Black Lives Matter t-shirts on a daily basis. White people have been left the hive, okay? Formation came and they left. So the ones who are still here, they mean that shit.
From the time that SNL did that fucking skit,
oh my
God,
God,
that had all them white people realizing that Beyonce was black. Like, that legit was white America. They were like, "What, you're a Negro and you like that about yourself,
and you're gonna talk about it?" Yeah.
You're not like Terry Crews. Somebody said Terry Crews gonna say, "White is also king." Let me find that tweet. I have to give credit to that. That shit made me fucking cry.
The jokes on Terry Crews' ass have been nonstop, and I have been appreciating them. Cause
what the fuck is wrong with her?
I really don't know. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what the switch was, but Terry Crews has been insufferable. So you niggas got jokes, and I got laughs for him because that shit was so funny.
Quentin Lamar. Sir, you had me crying. That shit was so funny. Because the thing is, I feel like he really was. Yes.
I can really see him logging on and being like, just so we know, Black supremacy is not okay. And white people are also kings and queens and royalty and blah. And it's just like, sis, did you even watch it? White
people have a monarchy as well. Thank you very much.
We know, girl. We're all colonized, bitch. We know.
When he tweeted out that acronym for coon, I was like, you know what? This is when, for me, I have to just go ahead
I said,
and leave.
now you just fucking with us.
like, I wanted to just place you on the sick and shut-in list at one time because I figured maybe there's just something swirling that we're not understanding yet. Now I feel like there is a clear intent to antagonize niggas that are just minding their business and trying to make change.
Leave us alone.
And I would like us to be left alone. And please, please leave Gabrielle alone. She doesn't accept your apology. She doesn't want your apology. And she doesn't have to. So please keep it moving. That's it for Hot Tops this week. We're going to take a break and then we're going to read your letters. So guys, this episode is being brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and for curious people. This is a time where many of us are doing some self-reflection and what the heck is wrong with learning a new skill, getting into something that maybe you were always thinking of trying out. You know what I'm saying? Learning something new that maybe you can go out and blossom with. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. You can break up the routine of a day spent indoors by exploring class topics that include creative writing, graphic design, freelance, and entrepreneurship, among others. Skillshare offers creative classes designed for real life and all the circumstances that come with it. A strong community is essential in times of hardship, so tap into the support of fellow creatives who provide encouragement, communication, and inspiration. Find yourself moving the furniture, move with purpose, and get inspired. We with interior design classes, or any of the other number of things that you can do and be shiny and new and say, look, mama, look what I can do. All that stuff that you were talking about during Thanksgiving, it means nothing.
Right. They have some productivity classes that are next up on my list because that's where your girl is struggling the absolute most these days.
Same.
Yeah. So a little bit of creativity as self-care is very needed right now. And if you are finding yourself feeling the same way, you can explore your creativity and get 2 free months of premium membership at Skillshare.com/theread. Again, that is 2 whole months of unlimited access to thousands of classes for free. So get started. Join today by heading to Skillshare.com/theread. Let them know we sent you. And let's get back to the show.
Okay, we're back, and it is time now for your listener letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. Thank you to everyone who, like this past week, we did not get anything but well wishes from people. So thank you all.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, very much for that. That was very sweet. But there is older shit in here. So let's go. First things first, Dorian wants to know if Kid Fury has seen the Mr. Robot finale.
I'm like a season and a half behind on Mr. Robot, and I'm mad I even said it out loud now because I know that these fucking devices are listening, and it's probably going to pop up on the homepage of something or whatever. But no, I have not finished Mr. Robot. It is one of my favorite shows from the last couple of years or whatever, and so I need to actually jump back into that while I'm in the midst of like trying to binge through shows that I need to finish or whatever, because that's kind of what I've tried to be on. And then I jump into doing shit like binging the Parkers for whatever reason, or watching all of the MCU movies back to back for whatever reason. And then Black is King comes out, and then I forgot what it was I was trying to watch in the first place. So I'll try to watch it soon, but I love that show. Yeah,
I've heard good things about it. I should add it to my list of things to get into.
It's pretty good.
All right. We have a question here from Adrian who says, my girlfriend is going to be moving across the country in the next several weeks for a new job opportunity where she will be making a lot more money. I know this will be good for her, and I wanted to try to find a job out there too so that I'm able to go with her, but the issue is that she doesn't want me to. Her reasoning is that she doesn't want to share a space since it'll be a 1-bedroom apartment, and if we needed space or time away from each other, we would have nowhere to go since we don't know anyone in this new city. That's news to me because we've been talking lately about buying a house, but now she's saying that she was just excited at the idea at the time, but was never actually ready to live with me. She claims that she still wants to be in a relationship, but I'm worried she might just be saying that because she doesn't want to hurt my feelings. I've been a mess since she told me that she doesn't want me to move with her, and I've never been a person who wanted a long-distance relationship, but I guess I will attempt it with her since I have no choice unless I want to break up. I'm not normally an emotional it's true. I'm not normally an emotional person, and I don't usually cry, but I've been crying a lot lately with all the stuff going on, and emotionally speaking, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Is it normal in a relationship for a partner to want to leave the state and not want their significant other to go with them? I'm having a hard time thinking that somebody wants to be in a serious relationship but not be around their partner. She keeps saying that she doesn't want me to take this personally or in a bad way, but I don't know how else to take it. Please help, Adrian.
Well, Adrian, I don't know how else to take it either, hon.
Damn.
Because honestly, why wouldn't you want them to move if you're going to move too? Unless you like just don't feel like unless you just feel like it's not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want for your partner to make such a big and serious decision before you like both feel like you're in that type of place. But I mean, honestly, you got 2 options in front of you. One is to go through the stress of quarantine and Rona and all of that shit in a long distance relationship, already acknowledging that long distance relationships are hard as is. Or you go through quarantine and stuff as a newly single person, either way, it's going to be kind of difficult. But I don't know. I think that if you feel like you're in a place where you're in relation, if you feel like you've gotten to a place in your relationship where you both should have an understanding of how you feel about one another, and that it should be like a no-brainer that if one of y'all is moving, the other one says, boop, I'm coming.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're there and something is just off, then I would probably be like, okay, well, girl, I don't want to do a long distance relationship, so I guess this is the end. But if it's just something where maybe you could grow a bit more and that's how she feels, then I could understand her saying, like, I don't want you to take this personally and this is something I have to do for myself, et cetera, et cetera. So I think you kind of have to really assess the situation and be super tough, honest with yourself about it. That way you can make a decision. And honestly, for yourself, even if she's like, I want to get to a place where we both live here or together somewhere else, but I'm not there now. Even if for yourself, you just know that the relationship is going to sink as a result of the long distance thing, then maybe it's just best that you break up now and, you know, start your journey of healing, you know?
Yeah, that's real. I mean, I feel like I would be the person saying, yeah, I have this new job and I want to stay in a relationship, but you can't come with me because it's only one room in this house. And I don't want you to get on my fucking nerves. So it could be that your girlfriend really does mean that. But to me, it just feels more to me like she's probably just trying to break up, knowing that you don't want a long distance relationship anyway, because girl, it is a fucking pandemic outside. If you don't want to live with your partner, I don't even know what else to say to that, because we are in a situation now where so many people are jobless and facing homelessness and all kinds of terrible things going on. And you over here like, yeah, well, I mean, I get all that, but if you can't afford your own place, then it's not going to work out with you coming over here with me. So I just kind of feel like your girlfriend has gotten to the end of this relationship and she's trying to let you down easy or let the relationship come to a natural end by moving away. But you don't have to take that as meaning that there's something wrong with you. That's her shit.
I didn't get that at all from any of this. My thing is either, like you just said, she wants to break up and she doesn't want to communicate that explicitly, or she just is okay with being in a long distance relationship and wants you to be too. But I think you're right. I just don't think you should take this personally, because somebody not wanting to be in a relationship, and it's not like you've done something wrong. You didn't cheat on her or whatever. It's just she doesn't want to be here anymore. That could be for any number of reasons that you might not know anything about. Yeah. So if I were you, I would maybe give it a shot just to see if the long distance thing could work. I thrive. Right. I mean, long distance relationships suck. Don't get me wrong, but I am very good by myself. So I could probably take it, but with everything being so up in the air about the future and not being able to visit each other regularly, that shit would really suck. So I would try it, but if it doesn't work out, then, just let it end. Take care of yourself. Breakups are the fucking worst. And sometimes it can really feel like you will never have your heart back together again, but you will. Yeah. You really will. You will. You will get through it. That's the worst part of it, is because in that moment, girl, it just feels so permanent. It does. Feels like, how am I ever going to get over this? Yeah. And then eventually you wake up one day and you're like, I don't give a fuck about that bitch.
Right. Or you go all day without thinking about that nigga, and you like, I went all day without thinking about that nigga.
What the fuck? What's that nigga name?
It does get better. Breakups are bad, but you can get through it if that's what needs to happen here. Yeah. Good luck to you, Adrian. Our next question comes from, I'm going to call him Brian. He says, hey guys, I'm 22 years old and my girlfriend and I moved in together 5 months ago, and bruh, I'm about to fucking lose it. My girlfriend's family is always here. Her mom calls almost every day asking if she can come over to cook at our house so we can all eat dinner together as a family, and my girlfriend says yes every single time. It's not just her mom. Her dad, brother, sister, and the sister's kids all come together, and we don't have a lot of space, so I end up sitting on the floor in my apartment. I would prefer to be social distancing, these are capitalizations, in our room. playing 2K or some shit so I don't have to be near them. But my girlfriend thinks I'm being rude if I do that, so I'm not allowed. Please tell me, how does that sound? Me as a 22-year-old not allowed to do something. But if you thought shit couldn't get any worse, her sister literally asks us every weekend if her 3 kids can stay with us because she has to work. And my girlfriend has said yes every weekend for 5 months. Besides one weekend, because I was so fed up, I had to pretend like I wasn't feeling good. Because when her kids are here, I have to be a prisoner all weekend in my own home. I have to be stuck in our room because the kids stay in the living room because you guessed it, we live in a 1-bedroom apartment. And I know damn well her sister does not work every weekend. So my question isn't if I should break with her. My question is, when should I break up with her? Our lease ends in 7 months. I know if I leave her, she wouldn't be able to afford the rent on her own. So I would feel bad about that. And about the 4 years I wasted with her. But goddamn, bro, I am tired. If I knew things would be like this, I could have just moved all my stuff into her parents' house to begin with.
Wow.
Thanks for the advice, Brian.
Wow.
There's a lot going on there.
Well, I definitely think, because everything I feel like I'm about to say is like, oh wait, no, he just said when. He's decided.
He's like, yeah, this is ending.
Right, because I keep thinking, well, what you could do is talk to the... No, I just want to know when to leave. Man, I think that it's definitely kind of you and fair of you to say, hey girl, I'll stay here for however long until the lease is up or until you can afford it, because I would feel bad to leave you in a position like this. I also feel like that's not necessarily your responsibility. Mm-hmm. If you have been having to like fort yourself into your room or like hide somewhere or whatever because it's bubble guppies all day long and all your cereal is gone, all this shit, like
all this
nobody should have to live through any of that shit during the quarantine on top of all of that stuff. So personally, I feel like if you're really determined to get out, you could go ahead and communicate that and come up with a time that you are going, a time between then and whenever it is that you were going to leave, so that she can come up with some sort of a plan to, make rent or whatever, something that's fair.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's probably the kindest way to make your exit, unless you do want to stay. He said 7 more months.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And as it's been every weekend, them kids have been there. I can't do it.
Yeah, and every day the family is there. Like, bitch, we supposed to be at home by ourselves.
Right.
What you mean? These niggas come over here every day. I know our house is not the only place they go. I know that. So God only knows what you bringing over here in my space. And then she catch an attitude if you don't want to just stay in your room away from everybody. Nah, this is too much. So yeah, I would honestly, it sounds like you haven't told her that you're at the end of your rope with this. Like you are considering leaving her. So I would do that and see if maybe it gets her to understand that you are not just joking about not wanting to constantly be around other people, that you really do need some space. Give her a chance to, try to make some compromises, something that everybody can be happy with. But, if she's unwilling to do that, then I would be like, so then, maybe your sister and the kids can move in and I can just move out. Like, exactly. Let me give you 4 to 8 weeks to find a roommate to come up in this bitch. And good luck. You said you don't want to leave her to pay the rent by herself, which leads me to believe that the apartment is in her name and not in yours. So you can just get up and leave, but it would be very fucked up of you to do something like that.
But you just hit the nail on the head. Like, you're basically the au pair to your sister's children. So why don't she just pay you for that work?
Right.
That way it's all good.
And just, I'm going to get out the way so y'all can have a house. Like, I'm going to just go on somewhere, maybe back to my own parents or
more room
some
for
other
you.
Relative. Right. Like, I'm getting out of y'all's way, really, if you look at it like that. Something, because, it's a pandemic and you should be mindful of that, but you also don't have to suffer just for the next 7 months without end because everything is trash at home. Like, home should be a place where you feel safeness and some refuge from all the shit going on outside.
What the fuck do some of y'all be thinking that live with other people? Like,
the selfishness is just crazy to me because y'all don't be giving a fuck about the people in your house.
Like, what? I would be ready to lose my mind if I shared an apartment with one person and every fucking day their whole ass family is here.
Right.
Like, what?
Mama, daddy, brother, sister, and the sister's 3 kids?
No,
I'm sorry. That's 7 niggas in my house every day. Plus the 2 of us is 9. 9 people in a 1-bedroom apartment.
When you have that conversation with your girlfriend, you should start the conversation by saying, well, I spent the day looking at places. And
damn.
I've come to the understanding that, and then you can continue. Because you're right. I think that if she does, it does sound like she doesn't know that he's at the end of his rope at this point. And you can see if maybe that will kick some sense into high gear. But it, again, just judging by the words that he chose in that
he's
email,
fed the fuck
he
up.
made it sound like he don't care at this point.
He did. He said it. But I'm a big proponent of giving people a chance to make things right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, and you're going to have to say something anyway when you're packing your shit and
Right.
leave. Please don't ghost this girl. Please don't just one day and be gone from the house and never call her back. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Have a conversation with this young lady, and I wish you the best, but you're not being unreasonable at all here. Not at all. At all. No. Mm-mm. Okay. Last question comes from Jordan, who says, last year I published a book and this year I published another one. Nothing major. It wasn't with a large publisher or anything, but through my workplace that occasionally publishes books. With that and the workload that comes with it, and with 2020 as a whole ass mess on top of my depression, I feel completely and utterly drained. I'm barely able to cook for myself most days, and I've been doing more drugs in the past 2 weeks than I have ever done in my life. Now, I have taken some space from everyone I know to recoup and rest, but I don't even really know where to start. I did try to see a therapist, but this woman was the kind of therapist who says shit like, I can't help you if you don't stop doing insert whatever self-destructive behavior, as if the entire reason I came to her wasn't to find help on how to quit that shit. I was wondering if the 2 of you had any tips on how to rebuild yourself after completely falling apart in a way that doesn't involve doing drugs and getting wasted every night. Is 24 too late to rethink a career that has been quote unquote successful but constantly drains me? Love this show. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks, Jordan.
Jordan said, is 24 too late?
Yeah, these kids have a really fucked up sense of what's going on. Instagram has ruined y'all. Delete your accounts. Instagram is lying to you niggas every fucking day. 24 is not too old to do a damn thing, but go back to high school. And even then you can get a GED. Like, 24 is not too old to do shit.
Like, I just hate that you could be at that age and even feel like I'm 24. It's too late for anything.
No,
like,
when I was 24, all of my friends were also like a fucking mess. And I just did not feel this pressure that like somehow I was not doing well enough for myself compared to other people my age.
I definitely think that I felt like a pressure to have my shit together so I could get where I was trying to go. And I don't think it was until my late 20s, 28 maybe, where I was like, oh, I'm supposed to fall flat on my face back to back to back to back to back so that I can figure out how not to fall flat on my face as an adult. Like, your 20s it's just a moment where you're figuring shit out. It's totally okay for you to hit 25, 26, 27 and be like, this actually doesn't serve me, what I've been doing or what I thought was for me, and make all kinds of shifts in your life. It's fine it's fine at 30. It's fine at 40. It's fine at 50. It's fine at whatever the fuck it is.
As long as you're still breathing.
Like, literally, it's literally like every year at least we see a story of some person, usually an African-American woman, who is like, who just got their degree at like 109 or something like that. You know what I mean?
It usually is somebody's Mimo. Being
absolutely.
Like, well, I just wanted to learn psychology, child. So I just came on to the school.
So it's never like you're never past a point where you can accomplish anything. But I do definitely relate with this idea of being in that age range and kind of feeling like, oh God, I've missed, whatever opportunities, and this weird frame in your life where people sort of place this idea that you have to be the ideal adult and, have major mistakes already by the time you're like 22 or something, or like when you're, I guess, a junior in college or some shit. I don't know what it is, but sweetie, look at these fucking 60 and 70-year-olds that are running this country. They don't know a motherfucking thing about
Not
nothing.
shit, girl.
Not even almost. These bitches are so dumb, and they are much older than your 24-year-old ass. You've had all of the time in the world to figure out whatever the fuck it is that God needs you to figure out, hun.
Yeah, I think you're coping with drugs and alcohol because that's what most of us cope with. And they're right there, and they are a lot easier than sitting with fucking terrible feelings, because that's you want a way to like to rebuild yourself or to cope with this stuff without getting wasted every night. But that way is much harder than getting wasted every night.
Yes.
I just want you to know that and it's good advice. It works. The people are like, sit with your feelings when you're sad or frustrated or depressed or whatever, and just say, hey, depression, I see you, bitch. And I see that you are here existing with me, and, fuck you, sir, but I am not gonna try to drink you away, because that doesn't work. Like, all that shit is good. Meditating, there are lots of free apps, especially these days. I was about
to say that, yeah.
Meditating really fucking works. Journaling works. That shit is really good for you. Finding a different therapist, maybe. Like the first therapist, she sounds like a flop, but that doesn't mean another one won't.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Your first, even second or third experience with a therapist, it's okay. Like, if you feel like I'm not getting what I would like to get from that person, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. And because that person is a therapist or a doctor or whatever, that, they are perfect.
Yeah. And they just know
together.
all. Right.
Right. We've talked on this show before about people who have therapists, and even our experiences with therapists that we've changed and stuff. So yeah, that's definitely another good piece of advice. I definitely suggest meditation as well. I've tried yoga. It might sound real like soccer mom, very I feel very much like I should have on a velour Victoria's Secret pink.
Yep.
Outfit when I get ready to roll my mat out. But the first time I tried yoga by myself in the house, I wept. Like, I was crying afterwards, and I still don't know why.
That shit worked. It was releasing your shit, man.
Yes, it got it all up out of the air. So that was helpful. I love coloring. Is really like a nice way to sort of focus my brain on a task. And there's just something about coloring that is relaxing to me. Mm-hmm. And I've looked up like videos on YouTube from people discussing self-help routines, how to build a routine, because that's a huge struggle of mine, of like not only getting up at a certain time, but getting up at a certain time and doing things that aren't immediately getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Or like,
yes,
just doing some shit that wastes time.
Right.
Yeah, it's like Crystal said, getting fucked up, drinking or getting high or doing whatever is the easy thing to do. And that's why so many people do it. And it's not that you can't enjoy a little bit of alcohol or a little weed or whatever, when you want to or when you're stressed out, but you literally have to like decide to do things differently and then actually back the action up. And I think that it takes a while of dragging yourself through the routine and the behavior before it becomes second nature, and you just pop up and you're like, all right, time to meditate.
Right. There's very few people who can be like, oh, here's a list of good ways to take care of myself, and then the next day just do all that shit.
Right.
And then every day afterwards continue to do all that shit. Like, you have to build up the consistency with that sort of thing, and you have to be patient with yourself while you do it. Like, I have been knowing all the things that we just said for the past 2 years. And yet, it was plenty of times where your girl still got very fucking high or very fucking drunk because I did not want to deal with the feelings. Like, it's a process. And all you really need to do is take as good care of yourself as you possibly can until you get to that place where it's second nature for you. So I would say every day, do your best to avoid the things that you know are not good for you, and really try to sit with your emotions and to do some healthier processing. And if or when you fuck up and, you know, get drunk or do more drugs, then
be kind to yourself.
Yeah, because you're fucking human, and this is an absolute shit show. So, you know,
a good portion of like my talks, my sessions with my psychiatrist are her talking me off of an illogical balcony that I've placed myself on.
Oh yeah.
Where I like put myself through all of this bullshit and just shit on myself. Like, I'm just like being so awful and unfair to myself, even though I know it doesn't come from a logical or reasonable place. And it's just her talking me through it like, okay, so does that make sense to you? Do you really feel like this and this and that is logical? Okay, come back inside, hunt. Like, a lot of that is like you just blowing yourself up and feeling like there is something wrong with you that is like not just a basic human thing that many people are dealing with, or not something that is fixable, something that can be adjusted or whatever. I totally am guilty of just being like, girl, you're broken and bullshit and don't nobody want you, girl. And like, why did you think that this was a great thing? Like any kind of, you know, the inner saboteur shit.
Oh yeah.
So like, it's totally right. You know, it's if you get up tomorrow and you're like, I'm gonna do some YouTube yoga, and you do that shit and you feel great about yourself. But then Wednesday comes, you get up and you have, you know what I'm saying, a mimosa with, you know, Welch's, then that like, give yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up and bully yourself, because that absolutely helps, along with, like Krista said, the acknowledgement of, you know, coming into the room and seeing your depression sitting there and being like, hey, bitch, you again. All right.
Yep.
You know, I know how this goes. I tell my depression to pass me the remote. Like, I don't care. You know, just.
Hey, girl. I mean, so you back in my fucking house, really? You gonna do a dish this time? Something. Can you be
TV's
useful?
a little loud.
No?
If you could just.
Nothing?
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah.
You could at least go and get my fucking Grubhub or something.
You could at least go meet the man downstairs. You could do that. Yeah. It's hard, but good luck to you as you try to figure it out, because it is a fucking process. And please, you are 24 years old. You are not a baby, but you are very, very young, and you have a long life ahead of you of learning and growing and fixing mistakes and being a better person. And you are not even remotely behind.
Not at all.
Please.
Not at all.
Not even remotely. All right. Take care of yourself. That wraps up the questions this week. Send yours to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take a break and be right back.
So listen, if you've been waiting months and months to figure out what the future is going to look like, stressed out by all of the quarantine madness and whatever the new normal is supposed to be, we've got all kinds of everyday stressors pertaining to work, school, our relationships. It's a lot of stuff to balance. If anything helps reduce stress and anxiety, it is talking things out. And that is why we love Talkspace. It has thousands of licensed therapists that are trained in over 40 specialties, including anxiety, depression, relationship issues, and more. So if you have something specific you want to work on or talk about right now, they'll find someone who's right for you to speak to you. Talkspace is a fraction of the cost of in-person therapy, but with Talkspace, you can send unlimited messages to your therapist and they'll engage with you at least 5 days a week. You never have to wait to share what's on your mind. It's secure and private, using the latest encryption technology to store client information. We've used Talkspace ourselves before, besides just working with them, and can confirm that it is really helpful, and it's, I'm sure, helping a lot of people right now that desperately need to talk through the BS going on.
Yes, exactly. The bottom line is that we all need somebody to talk to. When I was with Talkspace, I just would pour my little heart out and in between sessions, and then just wait for her to log back on and read my sad ass story and, you know, help me through my shit, because there's so much going on. Talkspace wants to give the licensed support we deserve at a price that that we can afford. You can get $100 off your first month on Talkspace. So to match with your perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com or download the app and make sure you use code READ to get $100 off your first month. Again, that's code READ and Talkspace.com. Take care of your mental health now more than ever, really. Okay, let's move on.
This show is also being brought to you by Squarespace, where you can turn your dreams into a reality. If you're looking to build a new website, to start a business, showcase your work, publish content, sell products, whatever it is you'd like to do, Squarespace is the tool for you. They've got loads of different templates and designs from people all across the world, so you can get a very sparkly and user-friendly design on your website with just a couple of easy clicks. You don't even really have to worry about the stress of the design yourself. They've also got an e-commerce functionality that helps you if you're selling stuff, analytics to help you watch your site grow in real time. It's optimized for mobile right out of the box, which means you don't have to worry about doing a separate patch or upgrade for your stuff to work on mobile devices. You can buy domains really simply, and they've got a 24/7 customer support line if you do get confused or lost on anything. So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Let them know that we sent you, and let's finish the show. Okay, we're back now, and it is time for the read.
Hootie who. Do you want me to go first? It's
Sure.
up to you. Okay. Well, so there's honestly so many people to cuss out this week. I've been thinking a lot about Representative John Lewis, rest in peace. And the way Mitch McConnell was like, oh, John Lewis, we lost this pioneer, blah, blah, but is also like actively right now trying to do the work that John Lewis did. So
Exactly.
Try not to think too much about that type of shit because cognitive dissonance is incredible. But Ben Carson also recently passed away after going to Trump's COVID rally in Tulsa.
Wait, who?
Ben Carson died. You remember?
Ben Carson died?
Oh, yes. Like a month after going to the Tulsa rally. Was all up at the rally with no mask on, bragging about it, talking about people are sick of the fake news and the COVID hoax and all that shit. And a month later, that nigga's
Are
dead
you talking
in the
about Ben
ground.
Carson or Herman Cain?
Oh, my fucking bad. I got my coons mixed up.
I was like, I'm not
That's
even going to
my
front
bad.
with you. I'm not even going to front with you. I was like in my brain, like tussling back and forth with, do I celebrate? Do I not say anything? What do I
I'm
do?
so glad you looked it up and caught me before I sat here and cussed. I mean, fuck Ben Carson as well. But
Yeah,
Herman Cain
absolutely.
is the coon who died after going to Tulsa and being an absolute dumbass there. Herman Cain, who had already survived cancer and was like in his 70s, I think. So just multiple reasons why he should have been at home with a mask on. Yeah.
Yes.
So many reasons. But Herman Cain died of the virus, and I chose to not be the bigger person about it because I'm honestly very fucking tired of that shit. I'm tired of people who have been acting like the virus is a hoax or something that the Democrats came up with to influence the election or whatever dumb shit y'all have put out into the world. I'm tired of y'all being given all this grace that you don't give other people. I'm tired of y'all putting the rest of us at risk. And then when you die of your own fucking stupidity, we supposed to sit back and be nice about it. Kiss my ass, Herman Cain. I don't know that you had it coming, but if anybody did, it was you. So that being said, I want to cuss out a white man who did something very similar. His name is Tony Green. He lives in the Dallas, Texas area. He is a gay conservative, which
God.
is actually not that uncommon in the South. Sad to say. Because a lot of these white gays just wanted marriage equality and don't give a fuck about nothing else. So he voted for Donald Trump in 2016. He was and he was deep in the conspiracy theory mess about COVID. He knew up and down. I mean, just swore. He called it a scamdemic. And he said that the mainstream media was using the virus to create all this panic and to try to crash the economy, as opposed to, you know, just thousands upon thousands of people worldwide getting sick. These people choose to believe that countries across the globe are coming together to scam Donald Trump. And so anyway, because he believed that the pandemic was not real and Democrats were just overreacting, he had a party on Saturday, June 13th. He woke up sick the very next day.
Oh my God.
All things told, I think he's had 13 or 14 family members in the hospital because of this party. His father-in-law's mother died. His father-in-law has been put on a ventilator. And yeah, like these people after this party decided to go visit a newborn baby who had been born. And so they passed COVID right on to the parents of that child. Miraculously, this baby doesn't have it. You know, that was God saying, you're innocent in all this.
Yeah.
You didn't have nothing to do with these dumbass motherfuckers you were born into. But now Tony Green has written this essay for the Dallas Voice about how he just feels so bad, and you just can never understand the guilt that he feels because he hosted a gathering that has affected all these people and caused so much suffering. And, you know, maybe you guys should take this seriously and everything is super real and contagious now and all this. And I'm just like, but there was no reason for you to not think that it was super real and super fucking contagious. There was no reason for you to believe Donald Trump, who has lied about 3,000 documented times every year that he's been in office. There was no reason for you to believe that motherfucker over all of the scientists, all of the information, all of the numbers from other countries that don't have a single fucking thing to do with this one and don't have any vested interest in American politics, and honestly wish we would just vanish off the fucking planet so everybody could be happier. There was no reason for you to ever doubt that shit. It was like a mountain of facts and real information right in front of you. And you were just like, no, y'all just hate Trump. And y'all just don't want Trump to get reelected.
Yes.
You spit in the face of sound logic and good reasoning. And if you wrote this thinking that I was supposed to turn around and have a softened heart for you and for your dumbass family members who decided that it wasn't a big deal, I simply don't. You know why, bitch? Because the rest of us have been risking our mental health in serious ways for months. Quarantining as much as possible, staying to ourselves as much as possible, only leaving for essential items or to see a friend for a socially distant visit in the backyard with masks on. Like, people have been doing the most to try to curb this shit, and not just to keep themselves from getting sick, but to keep other people from getting sick. The whole thing about this virus is that if everybody would wear a goddamn mask, it would be over a lot faster. Y'all are fed up and sick of this shit, but you also don't want to do the things that it takes to get rid of the hoe. So, like, bitch, is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? What do you really want? What do you really want? Yeah, now you got plenty of time with your father-in-law on a ventilator, with you sick, your husband sick, and all the other dumbasses who came through your house sick, your grandmother-in-law, I don't even know what you call that. That bitch is dead now because she brought her ass to the party too. It's just, I don't have it for y'all. I don't. While y'all are out here pretending that it's a scam, people who don't have an option, who have to go outside and work because if they don't take their asses over to Whole Foods or Walmart or Popeyes, then they don't have any fucking money to feed their kids or keep a roof over their heads as much as they fucking can. And then y'all go to these fucking establishments without a mask on and yelling and screaming in their face, mad because they trying to keep themselves from fucking dying. That's the shit y'all are doing. Y'all are making it worse. And now you want me to feel bad for you? No. Tell your dumbass friends and family to sit the fuck down and stay the fuck at home. It is not the whole world versus Donald Trump and Fox News. That don't even make no goddamn sense. There's a reason why you get news on Fox that you don't get nowhere else, because it's a pack of fucking lies. And I'm not impressed with American media overall, but girl, that shit.
That's true.
It's like a conservative version of media takeout. So why would you listen to this? Why,
It really is.
It's like, why would you put any faith in this? Why would you put faith in people who have done nothing but lie from the very, very beginning? Because you want to lower taxes? Because you hate Mexicans?
Yeah.
I hope it was worth your family's health. I hope it was worth it, because you're not getting no sympathy from me. You better find some other bitch, somebody way more saved, who has a whole lot of forgiveness in their heart, because I'm tapped the fuck out. Everything is turned the fuck upside down. We had to outright cancel our tour after pushing it back.
Yeah, which I honestly saw coming.
I mean, yeah, because y'all was not gonna put masks on. Y'all was not gonna let this shit clear up. And I mean, that's just us. So many people have had so many events canceled or postponed, or couldn't be there for the birth of a grandchild, missed their niece's birthday. All kind of shit has gone down. I don't have it for you. I have it for the rest of us. The people who are staying home and the people who have no choice but to go out. The rest of you bitches, suck my dick.
That's pretty much right.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, on that note, I will start by addressing, which one of these girls should I start with?
Oh, Lord.
I will just start with this story out of Miami. A young man named Jonathan Gartrell was arrested last month after protesting at the Torch of Friendship in downtown Miami. He was doing, part of a Black Lives Matter protest. Apparently, a caravan for Cubans for Trump was coming down Biscayne Boulevard. Johnny and a couple of other protesters were in the street. It's clear these Black people are protesting in the street. Mm-hmm. You know what they're protesting for.
You do.
Honestly, they could have been asking for, they could have been like, hey, we're trying to get jerseys made or anything. And they probably would have just assumed that they were BLM and been pissed.
Yep.
Because Negroes and signs. So they saw Jonathan in the street and proceeded to continue driving full speed anyway until they actually hit him.
No.
And there's a video of this. You can actually see it happening. And as the car is about to run him down, he literally jumped. So like he would hit the hood rather than being, blown over basically. Right. And while this is happening with that van and its Cuban flag waving on the side, there's another car literally right next to him where the driver is waving a gun out the window at him.
What?
So after this, Johnny decided to go and pull the flags off of some of these Cubans for Trump cars, which got him arrested. And then he was de-arrested, I guess, that day. And they were... in that same, because what the fuck?
De-arrested.
There was supposed to be like another protest, I think maybe 2 days later or something like that. And police saw him there again, arrested him. And he's now apparently facing 2 felony charges and 2 misdemeanors. Robbery for the flags, which doesn't make sense. That's literally by definition. And then, I guess, escape, resisting an officer.
What?
Obstructing a public street, criminal mischief, some other stuff. So, in short, this young man was practicing his literal, actual right to protest bullshit that's going on, as many people all over the fucking country are doing right now, the world. And some racists who admit that they are in support of a president who is completely against what this young man is doing, what this young man stands for, and is actually perpetuating this idea that anybody who's protesting over anything that he disagrees with or that white supremacists disagree with are actually terrorists and should be treated as such by whoever the fuck is out in the streets.
Lord.
They ran this boy over, clearly intent to kill or cause significant harm. None of them have been charged.
What?
None of them have been arrested.
Oh, no.
Nobody cares about what's going on over there. But this young man now has to face these charges for pulling flags off of cars that tried to kill him. I'm so confused, but I'm also not, because I lived in Miami, Florida for 25 years. And I already know how that bullshit goes down, especially with Cubans, conservative Cuban people. If you find yourself part of a hashtag, a slogan, a saying that is Cubans for Trump, you are a legitimate fucking dumbass. You are so psychotic and out of your motherfucking reach and mind that I'm almost concerned for you. But I'm not, because I grew up surrounded by so many of y'all, and you're racist, you're persistent, incessant, disgusting, unabashed racism for most of my motherfucking life. Yeah. So I already know what time it is. And I don't really understand why y'all continuously get gooped, especially by like clear, obvious fucking political morons. But that has nothing to do with you trying to kill this kid for doing what he's allowed to do, and then the same fucking city supporting that shit like it's okay. And it's not surprising to me whatsoever, just because, again, I already know how Miami's set up. So fuck the Miami Police Department for that shit. Fuck the motherfuckers who are in those cars. If you say you're Cuban and you're for Trump, bitch, fuck you big time as well. Fuck anybody who has a problem with any of this that I've just said, or anything that this young man did, or anybody who has supported this young man after this shit happened. I don't understand what kind of country you think is great, but I'm not going to live there. I'm not going to pay taxes there, bitch. And I'm also not going any motherfucking where. So there's that.
I can't believe they arrested that boy for pulling flags off the car and not the people who tried to fucking murder him.
It's on camera. And it's on camera. Like, it's on camera.
Unbelievable.
So if you, I'm so tired of racists, white supremacists, conservatives, Republicans who literally piss down the backs of people in this country and tell them that it's raining. It's like, well, not literally. I actually hate when people use literally incorrectly, but you know what the fuck I'm saying? Like, I'm so tired of the constant, like, lying and just, like, it's so obvious. Like, I understand why the government wants to ban shit like TikTok and all of these other little social media apps and stuff, because it gets y'all, it keeps y'all from keeping up the bullshit. Like, you are gonna try so hard to convince American people that protesters in fucking Portland were all rioters and all violent and all this, that, and the third, and you just had to, like, it's just the consistent excuses that don't make sense or have place anywhere that they get away with all of the fucking time that is annoying the fuck out of me. And this just pissed me off because it's a reminder of the city that I grew up in and all of its, many beauties and fun things or whatever. Miami is also a huge realm of racism, and a lot of the people down there really ain't shit. And this is just the reflection of that. Also, I would like to say, fuck President P's porridge hot. I saw I think it was today, he was doing a conference or some shit where he's already begun the whole they cheated. Like, he's already doing this whole, the election was rigged. I told y'all bitches not to mail in nothing, and no, hell no, I won't go. Like, girl, it's July. I mean, it's August. Like, calm down, sweetie. You haven't even really stepped up there yet, and you already talking about these motherfucking Democrats have cheated and shit like that. Bitch, I'm so sick and tired of your motherfucking ass. I don't know what to do with myself. You look like Elon Musk that needs more ironing. Like an Elon Musk that is desperately in need of like fabric softener.
Oh my
You
God.
ugly bitch. I'm so tired of you. I'm so happy that there are some fucking children that exist on TikTok that live solely on there to annoy, antagonize, and mock the fuck out of you because you're so goddamn full of yourself that shit really burns you down. So ban away, bitch. I'm so sick of you. I'm not holding my breath that you'll be out of office after November. I'm not. Truthfully, I'm not.
Oh, no.
We can hope for whatever we hope for, but even if you're not the president, Joe Biden is going to be the president. And while I feel like that will be infinitely better than you, it's not something I'm going to do a fucking cartwheel over either. So, here I am in my skin. But I just wanted to say once again to President Peas Porridge in the Pot, 9 days old, fuck you. Everything that you stand for, everything that you state, you lumpy bitch. I hate you so much. Lastly, to those of you who wear your mask over your mouth and not your nose, what are we doing? Why are you outside?
Being difficult.
I know that you probably just don't want to smell your own breath, and I promise you I get it. But you're helping no one. You're helping no one because, see, your nose, it's got these holes in it, usually, that lead right up to your personal spaces, and you'll still get sick or get one of us sick. So, see, this is why it just doesn't work. And I'd like for you to get into that because the girls are literally walking around the city with a mask on over their mouth and just sucking up all of this New York City air and blowing it right back out with their fresh, wide open nostrils. Like, sweetie, just take the mask off if it's that. Like, if it just take it off if that's what you're giving. Like, what the fuck do you even care for? And that's it.
That's real. I just, I'm getting my things together now because I'm certainly not going back outside after like mid-September. You just won't even be able to pay me to go outside once it starts getting cold and everything just ratcheting up to the worst possible levels. But yeah, it's so many people out here not really giving a fuck about the mask or half-ass wearing it. And it's just like, well, what is the fucking purpose of that? Like, you either gonna commit to it or you not. But
right. And I hate that having a mask on is somehow a political statement or like a party-based decision.
Goddamn Republicans. They are doing that shit on purpose. Trump's dumb ass. He is absolutely going to try to steal the election. But we could talk about that some
when
other
it
time.
Inevitably comes.
Oh, yeah.
But this white woman running for office called it torture. That said it like she was trying her best to compare it to like actual torture and waterboarding and shit like that. And I'm like,
wearing a mask?
Girl.
Oh, sis.
Wearing a mask over your face that, and it's been said and memed like time and time over again. But wearing a little fabric over your face is way more comfortable than having a tube shoved down your esophagus. That is your only source of air.
Yeah.
Like, that's a ton more uncomfortable, sweets. I promise you it is. Or just being outright dead. That probably isn't.
If you really hate the mask, you could always just stay home.
Yeah.
You could always just do that. It's strange because the people who are working these essential jobs find a way to put the mask on, but you can't when you run into the bank real quick. Girl, get it the fuck together. Oh, but that wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Thanks again to We Testify for supporting today's episode. We Testify is an organization dedicated to people who have abortions. Did you know that someone you love had an abortion? Yep, that's probably true. So ask yourself, what's the last thing they heard you say about the topic? Was it white people's anti-abortion propaganda or was it something supportive? We have to change the conversation about pregnancy and abortion in our families because all of us know and or love someone who had one. Learn more at wetestify.org. And as always, check us out on social media at This Is The Read. Our website is This Is The Read. Like I said, the tour is canceled. Automatic refunds being processed and all that. Sorry, y'all, but America just cannot get its shit together, and so it is what it is.
And we were not going to be one of the girls who were going to be like, yeah, we open anyway, girl.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
through if you're a real bitch. Like
the
no.
fucking chain smokers. Did you see that? Where the chain smokers like refused to cancel their show. It's like, bitch, it's droplets, bitch, everywhere at a concert. Concert, like one of the worst places you could be. Why?
Like, guys, this is just going to make this all take way longer.
Yeah.
And Republicans are already talking about, girl, all you got to do is die.
That's really their game plan. Just die.
And especially in this whole discussion of sending kids back to school and all of that shit. Like the Republicans are legitimately like, hon, you're either going to die or you're not. And we all got to go sometime. So like, what's the problem? They've fully given up on the idea that maybe we could, do the best to keep one another safe.
Yeah.
Even if it makes us a taste uncomfortable.
Yeah.
3 things that made me smile this past week were seeing Vanessa Bryant smiling with Lala on the Shade Room.
Oh, that was cute.
It was nice to see a smile on her face, even momentarily. Chloe and Halle's GLAAD Awards performance, where they tributed the Spice Girls with Naomi Smalls, Mayhem Miller, and Vanessa Vanjie Mateo from RuPaul's Drag Race.
I love Chloe and Halle.
I adore those
You can't
women.
tell me nothing about them girls.
That's another Parkwood thumbs up, because I was just about to say, whoever is over there running and making these decisions, good job.
Yeah.
Lastly, I smiled watching Mark Zuckerberg get read underneath the table. Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, like all these girls sitting in front of that antitrust hearing. A lot of the people in there were asking really stupid questions that were wastes of time, mostly Republican people again.
Correct.
But then you had people like, AOC, who got right up into and underneath that ass. And I lived for every single moment of it. Loved it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. Thanks for listening.
Yes. Take care of yourselves, and we will see y'all next week.